What's up guys, Adam T Exotics. I'm joined by Henry, who is my youngest. We're doing the intro for this video in a different part of the house today because I am babysitting. But this is the video I promised you guys. This is the one on the Reptichip. You're going to see how I prepared it, what I could have done a bit better, what I like about it, etc, etc. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you didn't like it, a thumbs down if you didn't. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of the Reptichip. Let me know what you would change about it, if it's perfect, if it needs work, whatever it may be. Drop your comment down below. Sit back and relax. Enjoy the video. So guys, I'm on the floor to do this part. Just thought I'd give you a better camera angle. So here we have the block of Reptichip. Nice condensed block, weighs 10 pounds or 4.5 kilos, and it does 72 quarts for all you American breeders. That might make sense, but it doesn't make sense to me. I'm told that it covers around 10 V70 tubs, as long as you're not doing them too deep. Now I've seen lots of different ways to prepare this, so I'm going to do it sort of my own way. My hose pipe is broken, so I can't do the, you know, where you fill up the sides and leave it method. So I'm going to open it up. I have a tub of nice tepid water here, and then a tub here that I'm going to put the actual product into. So if I can find that knife thread, I'll just put my knife. So we'll just get the whole block out. We'll do it this way. So right off the bat, not a lot of loose chip falls off, which is great. It's quite condensed. You get the odd little bit that falls off, but feels really condensed. You can see how condensed this is. Absolutely crazy. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hold it under the water for about 10 to 15 seconds, flip it and do the same. So we'll do that now. So we're letting that big block take on all that water, and it's nice warm water as well. And you won't see this, but I can see the water level actually coming down already. And half of the brick has fallen off already. So that's taken on quite a bit of water already. Only a little bit dripping off. So I'm going to put that into there already. And this one's going to probably all fall off like that. So probably not the best way to do it, but it works. Just get as much water as we can off. Now this isn't the way that I wanted it to go, if I'm honest. I think I'd done the wrong end. I should have done it end to end rather than the flat side going in, because it has just broken off quite quickly there. And we get all these bits out as best we can, squeeze all this water off. So what I'm doing now, guys, is this bit's a bit dry still, so I don't want it too wet, so to sort of counteract the ones that have gone in a bit too wet, I'm just going to break off the dry chunks, give it a bit of a mix, and hopefully that the dry sort of chip will take on some of the moisture of the ones that went in a bit too wet. I'll give it a good mix. give it a big mix, get all the wet one from the bottom. And already I'm seeing so much more chunk than the Reptichip that we've been used to using in the UK, which is already fantastic. So I'll bring the camera down to a different angle at the minute in a second, guys. Let me just get these dry bits worked out. That's about all the dry bits worked out. So what I can do now is really give this a good mix. And although it wasn't the way I wanted to break the block up, or how I envisioned it being broke up, it's sort of done the same sort of thing as I wanted it to do. We have got a lot still in this bucket, so I'm just going to carry on squeezing as much water as I can out and adding that to the other bucket. I was sort of doing that sort of the Justin Kobelka method, where you sort of submerge the whole one side of the block in water and then the other side, but it didn't really work. Half of it broke off. So never mind, lesson learned for the next block. So if I bring the camera down now, what you can see, I have a nice beautiful bin full of nice evenly sort of chip that's taken on sort of, you know, a nice even amount of water. There's no really wet bits. It's all sort of see, just so much better already. You can really tell the difference. So we'll give that another few minutes mixing, and then we'll leave it to sit for a while. And I'm going to do another block, and we'll do it a bit different this time. Okay guys, so we're going to try this again, doing it a slightly different way. And I think when you do this, guys, there's so many videos out there telling you how to do it. I think it's just finding your own way that works with you and how you actually want the product to be. You know, you don't want it too wet, you know, you don't want it too dry, you want it just right. So the first time I laid the block down that way, and it broke away really easily. So what I'm going to do is put it in this way, sort of leave it for a few seconds, let it take up as much moisture as it can, and then sort of just flip it so the bottom becomes the top. Yes, this could have done with a bit more water, but I'm just using the same tub that I've done the first batch in, and already you can see it sort of coming off. So I'm gonna flip it around like that. As you can see, it's it takes on water so fast. So fast, and you can actually hear it. You can actually hear the water working up, and you can hear the little chunks sort of separating. A really strange sound. This just comes apart so fast and so easy. If I put too much pressure on that, that would just come flying apart. So there's not a lot of water in it at the minute in the actual tub that's left, so I'm happy just in a second to flip it round on its side and let it take up the rest of the water that's in this bin. But it's so strange, I don't know if you can hear it, if the microphone's picking it up. Let's see if I can actually, if you can hear it. I don't know if you can hear that, guys, but that's pretty insane that you can hear that. Right, so already this block is coming apart, so I'm going to lie it down this way, take all this off the edge off. And like they say, guys, you know, there's more than one ways to, plenty of ways to skin a cat and all that. So, you know, that's coming off nicely. Remember, we have still got, you know, some in the middle that's dry, but that's how I like it, because I don't want to make it up too wet and then have too much humidity in the tubs. So as you can see, this is breaking down really nicely, with some nice dry bits still in. So we give it another flip. We can take this off, and it comes off, you know, with ease, guys. It really does. Yes, this batch could have done with a bit more water, but like I said, it's trial and error. I don't really want to get it too wet. So what I'm going to start doing is transferring this into this tub. Let's get rid of this big bit that's dry to the side for the minute. And yes, it is a messy job. But all that water that was in the bottom, if I get this wetter, then when I add it into here where it's drier, you know, that water should seep through, and I should still end up with a nice evenly consisted amount of substrate that's taken on the same amount of water, if that makes sense. So let's get all this in there. Probably be easier just to tip it. Get rid of that one. We can get this one back. So it looks nice and wet on the top, as you can see. But if we get all the dry stuff from the bottom, mix it in, you get a nice evenly consisted substrate that's taken on, you know, the same amount of water, because the dry substrate that's still in there is taking up all that excess water, so it doesn't sort of come out as wet, you know, as I thought it might be, because obviously I like it a bit drier, so I can rather add moisture. It's easier to add the moisture to it if it's too dry than to take the moisture away if it's too wet. Absolutely lovely. So if we move this out of the way, get the first one that I made up, that is pretty much perfect, and that's how I would want my, you're squeezing it, you can feel the chunks, but no water is dripping out of my hands. So that's the key sort of part of it here. You don't want it too wet, because you'll have too much moisture in your enclosure, and that can lead to health problems such as RIs and things like that. But it's nice because I've used sort of warm water. It's still quite warm to the touch, and it's just so, there is a lot more husk than I thought there would be, but there's a hell of a lot more chip in it also, from when I used the Trophy bed, which I'll do a little comparison side by side in a second. But that's it, guys. So guys, I don't know if you can tell right off the bat which one's the Reptichip and which one's the Reptichip. Yes, one is a little wetter than the other, so you can probably tell that way. But I've just filled up 2 V35 tubs just to get a side-by-side comparison. Now this here is the Reptichip, and as you can see, if we get down to the bottom, you know, here it's very, a lot of, you know, it probably resembles sort of eco earth. You know, it's just pure dirt and mud. It's not nice, very dusty, and if you put your hands in it, take it away, you can see how much is left on your hand. But this is what we've been using in the UK before the Reptichip came. But the worst thing about this is, you know, when this bottom gets wet,
that really does turn to sludge, and it's not nice at all. Not a lot of chip, and lots of husk, lots of this sort of wispy husk. Yes, the Reptichip still has that, but this is very, you know, there's a lot of it, and it's just dirt. But that has, you know, been very popular in the UK, but that's only because, in my opinion, that's all we've had to work with when it comes to sort of cocoa chip or cocoa husk in a block form. You know, so we've made do. Some people still really like this. You know, seeing straight away the Reptichip on that side, I won't going back to this. And I really do worry for Reptichip, because I think, you know, 90% of people are going to have the same opinion as myself and stop using this, which is a shame. There will be some people that still use it, but you can see that all this just collecting it's just not nice. Look at that. It's sort of like the Reptile Prime sort of like substance, you know. It's just very the finest coconut sort of bedding you can get, just like Eco Earth. It's not nice at all. Anyway, so going on to the Reptichip on this side. Now the first thing you'll notice is if you move it to the bottom, how clean it is. You don't get any of that sort of Eco Earth substance, and you can move any sort of corner, you know, and it's all the same. It's very clean. They look very similar. That one is a bit wetter, so it's a bit darker. You know, they look almost identical. It's not until you actually use it and actually, you know, feel it. You squeeze this, and all you're squeezing is, you know, really fine particles, you know, with a few chips. You know, you do this one, you can feel the chips. You know, there's a lot of chip in there, and it's just so clean, absolutely so clean. And I think it looks really good. So I'm really looking forward to switching everyone over onto this. You know, it's just such a good product. I mean, a long time coming. I've been waiting a hell of a long time to get this over here. So a massive shout out again to Paul from Urban Constrictors and Reptichip UK, because, you know, like I mentioned in the last video, you know, wanting to get this over it is another thing. Having the vision and a dedication to actually get this over here, it couldn't have been easy. And you know, there's a lot of people very thankful to Paul for actually doing it. So that's just a little side-by-side comparison. I'm not knocking the Reptichip. You know, it has served a lot of people well for a long time. But I think now we've got something, you know, to compare it to. I think it's, you know, I think it's an easy decision what people are going to want to use, especially for ball pythons. This might be great for substrate for other animals, but for ball pythons, I think this is perfect. Reptichip is just absolutely insane.
So guys, I've just finished doing all the Reptichip and changing one over. There is one more rack that I didn't have enough for, my V70 Freedom Breeder. Gonna have to order another block or two to complete that and have a bit spare. So this shows you what 3 complete blocks has managed to do for me. Guys, as I said, it's changed about 21. It's done about 21 of these V18 tubs. All looking absolutely amazing on the Reptichip. I do need to go out and clean all the bowls, and some need filling up with water. But as you can see, nice coverage on the V18 tubs, looking really good. And then it's done this complete whole rack. So that's the Hypo Butter entry pin male, looking absolutely awesome. Banana Firebee on the substrate is looking really good, and we've got a couple of empty ones down here, but I just wanted to have them prepped for when I did need them. That's the pastel lesser entry male. So they're all done. So 8 of those.
If you come over here to the homemade rack, all of these are now covered, or full, should I say. So that's the pastel lesser clown. We've got the coral glow pied, and like I said, I do need to scrub these bowls out, which I'll probably do tomorrow. Leopard pinhead pied, looking quite cool. And I filled the empty ones as well, again just so I've got the coverage should I need to use them. Black pastel, coral glow, vanilla, looking really good. What I have noticed from looking at this and looking at the camera, the Reptichip is coming out quite dark on camera, but it's not quite that dark. That is this super black pastel female. No, she is that dark. She's just a stunner. Super vanilla pastel butter, looking awesome. So yeah, it's done all those, which is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 of those tubs. 21 V18 tubs, 8 V35 tubs. And also we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 33 litre really useful boxes or rubs. So 3 blocks has gone, as you can see, you know, all of that, majority of them in there, 15 tubs there, and another 16 tubs there, which are the 33 litres. Now they've all got some really good coverage. They're not too deep, haven't gone too deep. So they're all looking really, really good. Down. It's Firefly female in shed. There's that new big albino female. Coming over here, we have, that's just a het pied female. Bamboo. This is a fire female. Coming up, the pinto pied always looks good. There she is. So as you can see, there's a nice coverage for every tub. Really, really good. So really pleased with that. You will notice as well, if I show you on this one here, the sides are not. The sides are still quite clear. So, you know, it's retaining the moisture within the actual substrate and not sort of expelling it all. You know, it's going to release it over time, which is a great. You know, this one here looks really fogged up, but if you go in, you know, the sides are absolutely dry. And it's just the front of the tub that's got the moisture. So really, really happy with it so far. Like I said, I do need to get some more to do the V70 rack, but most of all, you know, most of it's all done, dusted. Really happy. And at 3 blocks, I've still got this little bit left. It's not enough to do 1 V70 tub, so I've just sort of kept this as spare. So we're doing this spot cleaning. You know, whatever I take out, I can just put a handful back in if necessary. So guys, there we go. That is my take on the Reptichip. Super happy that we finally got it here in the UK to work with. As you can see, the animals look amazing on it. I'm sure I'm going to get really good sheds now, because I was getting, you know, where I was working so much, getting really bad sheds on some of the animals. So I'm sure that problem is going to be taken care of now. It looks better. The odor control is going to be better. I'm not going to walk in here and smell a poo. I'm going to have to go into the tubs and actually see who's actually done it. Absolutely fantastic. The way it breaks down, you saw at the beginning of the video, it breaks down super quick. It really holds humidity and sucks that water up so well. Sometimes too well, if I'm honest. It didn't really give me a chance to transfer it from the water bucket to the actual bucket I was sort of mixing it in. But other than that, a fantastic product. Paul, you've done an amazing job getting that to us in the UK. I'm sure you're going to have a lot of success in selling the Reptichip here. You've got a buyer for life now from me. As long as you keep bringing it in, I'm going to keep buying it. Got to buy some more soon anyway. But guys, if you're thinking about going to Reptichip, you know, take it from me, you know how bad I was with the substrate thing and getting it in the mouth and how scared I was. Okay, yes, I've just put them in there, you know, I've got to go through some feeding, but even on the old troppy bed stuff, you know, I was feeding on that for the last couple of weeks, and my mind's been really sort of at ease, but even more so now I've got, you know, a better product. But guys, thanks for watching. Any questions, please hit me down below. I'm going to put all the Paul's and Reptichip UK's details down below as well, so you can shoot Paul a message directly and he can help you with any more queries. I'm sure you're going to see a lot of these videos in the next few days, few weeks, of people giving their sort of take on this Reptichip. But you know, any questions, again, please let me know. So guys, thanks for watching. I know this is a long video. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to watch it. It means the world. Drop a like I said, leave a comment, hit that notification bell. More importantly, if you don't mind, please hit that button up there to subscribe to the channel, and check out these 2 videos if you get the time also. So until next time guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.